Hello, hello, hello. Happy New Year. Okay, I'll be trying something different today, as the title suggests. So I guess some context first. So this is the database that I will be updating. It's linked in the description if you want to check it out. Basically, it's a mirror of the OCG database. So here you can check the the original entry on the OCG database, which of course is in Japanese. So yeah, this is a mirror copy essentially of the database, and we're trying to translate stuff, so like you have access to English translations that are accurate. You don't have to rely on, machine translation and whatnot. As far as I know, it's primarily maintained by Galantra, Discord user, but he has given me access to be able to translate some rulings, just to help out, because there are a lot of rulings that are not translated yet. So that's the basic gist. Now, I'm not like fluent. I'm not nowhere near fluent in Japanese, but I know enough to be able to translate these, especially because I'm very familiar with the Yu-Gi-Oh terminology and words they use and stuff. So more or less, I should be fine. But if there is something I'm not sure about, or I don't understand, or whatever, I have Google Sensei up on a different tab, just in case. What else? Right. So in case you don't know how this works, up to date are basically the translated rulings. They should be fine. Unconfirmable means they have a translation, but it was pulled from some other source, like old Wikipedia translations, for example. So most of the time they're correct, but they might not be up to date or one-to-one, like accurate. But usually they're not wrong, but we cannot confirm that they're correct. That's the point. Eventually we want to translate these, of course. They update these as well, of course. Untranslated or untranslated, it's straightforward. Retracted are Q&As that existed in the database, in the OCG database, but for some reason or another, Konami removed them from the database. And outdated, which is the one that we're going to focus on first. This means that they were up to date at some point, but then Konami made a change in the Q&A, so they haven't been updated since. Now, that change doesn't mean necessarily that the ruling itself has changed, in the sense that if it said you can do thing before, it might still say you can do thing, but they changed the wording, they changed the cards used in the example, or they made it a list of other cards that fall into the same scenario, or it was already a list and they added something to the list, stuff like that. So yeah, for starters, I'm gonna try and focus on these. Well, not for this stream, but the goal is to get them to 0. So yeah, let's begin. I'm gonna be probably arbitrarily picking what to work on. Let's say that Konami has some tags on them, so let's start with me. The one that has the fewest, I guess. Okay, what's this? So this was the previous translation. This is the current Japanese. Something about BLS. Let's see. Envoy of Chaos. So it's asking if the target monster is face down, when the effect of this card resolves. This? What happens? Is the question. Okay, this ready to copy. Close this. Okay. The BLS is kind of a weird case in terms of blinking the card because it has the normal version as well. Let me keep this ready. During the battle step, attack position BLS is targeted to activate the effect of Envoy. Okay. And then the chain, the opponent activates Book of Monies face down. What happens? Okay. It's pretty straightforward. Let's copy this now. Okay, so that's the first paragraph pretty much done. Yeah. Once the clock is when it resolves, if the target is face down, the attack boost is not applied, of course. Sono stato sento and the other effect, the other part also is not applied. It is a little. Oh, I see. Because it's in the view. Okay, that's why. Okay, so it needs to apply the attack boost in order to actually apply the second part as well. So. Copy the relevant parts. The attack boost, right? Okay, that's yes. And the other one should be the battles. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Now, this is the BLS thing I said. Let's fix this now. we're done. Show preview. This is gonna show how it's gonna look in the actual Q&A. Click save, and then we go back and we can see the translated version now, and all the things. So the cards are linked. They have the bold name thing. So if you click them, it opens the cards page. And then the brackets thing I was doing is transformed into this character, the one they use here actually as well, right? Where is it? Okay, this one. So it looks nicer, and it's separates. It's talking about the effect here. This part is the effect. Anyway, so that's it essentially. That's the first one. I guess I should keep this page open actually. Okay, let's see. That's an interesting one. There are two polymerizations. Because majority call says something like send everything else to your head. Send all the same cut the same name. Yeah. So like if it's like if I know that there's no other thing to send, I know like the game state doesn't know, but you know as a player. So it's kind of yeah. Sorry. Oh, okay, so straight up asking if you cannot apply the then resolution, can you even activate it? Okay. And then goes into the actual question. So the ball is in the opponent's graveyard. In a situation when the opponent activates the third poly, can I chain Medeiros effects basically? Okay. That's graveyard. Yeah, no, thank you. Accidentally, I don't recall the simulation I moved. Okay, so you're saying you can do it even if the opponent doesn't have another copy, which makes sense. Let's see how I'm gonna word this. Okay, let's just do the reverse, I suppose. Or rather, no. You can say. Opponents. Actually, it doesn't say opponent. Okay, yeah, it's better. You can change the activation of master effect. word is in English. It says like the activation of a monster effect that the opponent there's no copy of in the opponent's deck or something like that. I'll just do reverse, it makes more sense. It's gonna be a little different wording, but it is the same. Close enough, I think. He's talking about specific situations. I think I have to stop on the like a simple one. What's this exactly? It's a trap, I think. Oh, it's a target most of the else, destroy them, and if you do this, okay, so it's gonna be like the zones thing is not applied, I suppose. Oops. Ach, doen change tijd ik compulsory gestosje. Okay. Wait, resolves. Hit a target monster has left the master zone. The historic is not applied. And the zone block also is not applied, as expected. Solution. Destroy them. Here. Zones, blah blah. Okay, next. Shift guy cares. Relinquished. Okay, sorry. Relinquished. Okay. Chain to relinquished effect. Okay. If the effect of item monster Azani Shift Gaia. Okay. Shift Gaia and a curse. Oops. Curse. It's up in the opponent's master zone. So you're all playing as Pegasus and the opponent's Gigas. Relinquish no coca. Okay. Relinquish by targeting the opponent's Gaia. Alright, so in the chain, minimize. Okay, so if I chain the effect of Illusionist and target Curse of Dragonfly, what happens? Is the question basically. The point of the question being that we said max 1. So like, what happens if you try to equip 2? The Chainlink 1 equip should fail, but actually I don't know if the master should stay there or not. Or does it go to grade maybe? Let's see. Okay. She have the question, Illusionist. Okay, so Dragon is equipped. Makes sense. See you next time. Just almost not going to get the most. Can I have one equipped. Okay, so chainlink 1 shift Gaia. Target is sent to the grid. Nice. Se não monster cocaína, monster sobre isso kutoka deki no itai no me. Sobre deki, okay. Great, okay. Okay, next up. Assist health. By returning the monster properly. Transmission gear. I activate transmission gear. My opponent changed transmission gear. What happens? You start a fist fight or something, I don't know. Transmission gear is the rock, paper, scissors card. The 3 damage annihilation, yeah, okay. So this first part says it's during damage calculation, basically, of these 2 monsters battling. Yeah. Viewpoint, face up Yagiano. Okay. Okay, what's now? Okay, let's just do it a little different a bit. Because these are word in English. Yagiano, face up. I think att han försöker största chansen till Blomma. It's not very common, but I see mistakes like that often. Here they say, if the opponent activates activates transmission gear in response to your own transmission gear, what happens? But in the actual question, it says if you activate transmission gear in response to the opponent's transmission gear, what happens? There's no difference in the actual scenario, of course, in the question, but it's kind of funny. Case, the chain link 1 transmission gear. If either of the battling masses is not there anymore, yeah, it's not applied, the resolution is not applied. Don't play rock, paper, scissors, or banish anything. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Had a small tech issue. So let's keep going. Right, so I lost a little bit of the translation at the end here, but it's fine. Okay, in this case. Do czego? Junkin. Okay. Is it done? The ice by measurement tweet. What's this effect? I don't remember. Dance. Villain number. Tag and equal cards. Ah, okay. shouldn't matter really. Okay. If the ice barrier monsters dance presence, no, yada yada yada. Coca. So when activating the effect of dance princess has a cost. These two. Were revealed and two set spell traps were targeted. If the opponent activates Mind Crush and one of the two revealed cards is discarded, what happens to the effect of Dance Princess? Okay. It's and Crymancer. Situation depends. It's no longer in the hand when it resolves, even if it's no longer. The targeted cards will be returned to the hand as normal. Dance Princess question. It's the same. When the effect resolves, if one of the targets, if you target multiple and one of the targets is not there anymore in the solution, what happens? Well, the other one should still be destroyed as a standard, and the destroys are returned. Yeah. So activated the effect and revealed his party monsters, 2 of them, targeted 2 cards. Okay. And then due to emergency provisions chained, one of the targeted cards is no longer there, so what happens? Okay. Hold on. Activating. Something like this. So nu kan nog een change there. Okay. Spell traps. When sorry, it's no longer the field. But if one of the 2 is no longer on the field, what happens to the resolution? Okay. Or rather, if due to the effect of its provisions, activated in response. Resolution. Oh. Oops. Okay, so if one of the targets is no longer in the field when the effect resolves, even if that happens, the card that's still on the target card is still on the field will be returned to the hand as normal. Okay, 2 more. For this guy. Oh, just 1. Nice. Okay, so Sistels, chain MST. So MST is chained to Sistels, and Sistels is destroyed. What happens to the resolutions? Now, if I remember correctly, that's the temp banish thing, and that protects spell traps. So this should not be applied because it's not face up on the pin when it resolves. It's continuous trap, but the banishes banish until end phase is a cost, so that should work just fine. Let's see. Activate the effect and banished coercion. This is a peculiar case where up here in the question itself it says if MST is changed then C cells is destroyed. What happens? But down here it just says if the opponent changes MST, what happens to the resolution? So it's implied that C cells is targeted, but yeah. C cells. So the spell trap protection. Wait. When that effect resolves, if it's destroyed, it's no longer on the field. The effect is not applied. But the master banished as a cost, coercion in this case, will return to the field in the end phase. Okay. If this cells attack itself. Banished as the cost when activating the effect. Will be found to build during the phase. Just want to copy the effect now. The protection part. Even if this color's effect can be a bit misleading in the English text. What that means is that if the effect is applied successfully and then Sisters leaves, the effect remains applied. It's not tied to the card itself. That already resolved its effect previously. But being a continuous trappist tends to be face up on the field when it resolves in order to actually apply successfully. That's the difference. Good morning, good morning. Although it's early afternoon here, but you know, time zones. Okay, we're under 200, that's nice. Okay. Oof. Okay, so in 15 minutes they might reveal something on Twitter, a new card. So I would like to stream until then, check if there's a new card. If there is a new card, we'll read it on stream together and then probably end the stream, something like that. So let's do a few more till that happens. Okay, let's see. I mean, it's not once per turn, so.それのがドメターに発ありますか？ Same. If that you can do it, just as you can do it. I mean, yeah. Some questions are so simple, like this one. But okay. Simple questions are important as well, but this is such a like a. It just explains that EA is not once per turn, so you can do it. Like I don't know. Okay, it's important to have questions like this because basic mechanics needs to be explained as well. But I don't know why they picked this card to do it. Like most people don't even know about this card, or remember this card, or will see this card. Like, anyways. Next time, what's some question? Now, this is an important one because it's a basic question. Because if you know how Master zones work, it seems like a silly question, but for somebody that doesn't, because they just start playing the game, it's important. Hold on, sorry, I'm being distracted by something else. Okay. Okay, so this first part says the next master zone that has no monster in it is not part of either player's field. Is not treated. at this. Technically it says your master or the opponent's master, but I mean it's kind of implied, I guess. Just like this. Okay. Now the actual question, probably the actual answer. Okay. The zone EMCs are zones that you put extra deck monsters, or master spell summon from the extra deck. So if you spell summoning from outside the extra deck, you cannot place a monster there. So it just says, yeah, you cannot do it even with tokens, which obviously we know, but yeah. So, okay, so zones that monsters. Oops. Technically, it doesn't say not special summon from the extra deck, it says special summon from places except the extra deck, but try to be precise when possible. Something like outside a monster. Okay, in the case. Okay, it says if there aren't 3 available main monster zones on the opponent's field, you cannot activate the Jumbo Trio. And the same for Scapegoat, but for yours. Okay. Should be back. Yeah, okay, sounds fair. Yeah, I gotta disconnect for some reason. Just being, you know, interesting. Unreliable sometimes. Okay. It's 4 minutes until potential Twitter reveal. What is this? Am I back? I think I'm back. Yeah, I thought the internet was actually okay, but actually it wasn't. And now it's already passed. Okay, let's see. Hold on, let me check if there's a new card and we'll read it on stream if there is. Hold on, let me hide the screen for a moment. Well, okay, there are 3 cards. Dang it. Why they wanna give me so much work? Jeez. Okay, there it is. So, seems like the Heka Hands, or what's the... Is that the Yeah, Hackerhands is the English name, yeah. Okay, let's see. Hecaton Kale Makibuel. Level 6, Light Illusion, 1850, 1850. Uh, 1 and 3. So as always stands there, so 1 and 3 is our hospital. Hello, hospital. レフトのこのカードと相手に見せて発する reveals card in your hand, cost. 手札のこのカードを含む自分の手札、フィールドのモンスターを有効処理とし、ヘカドン系有効モンスター、いた有効処理。Okay, so reveals card is a cost from the hand. Fusion summon one Kicker hands using monsters in your hand and field, including this card. Okay. So it's like a fusion, a polymerization effect that includes itself as well. Okay, nice. Number 2. このカードモンスターsummon, so that's the illusion, master can whisper battle effect. 3. このカードは墓地に存在する状況で、現存族の有効モンスターが自分の墓地へ置かれた場合に発動できる。このカードと2人加える。Okay, so if an illusion fusion monster is sent to your graveyard while this card is in your graveyard, it triggers and you add this card to your hand. Okay. It doesn't seem bad at all, actually. It's an easy way to summon, right? I don't know much about the deck, but yeah. Okay, so new fusion. Hecaton Cave. What's this? Dandar? Is that Da? I can't remember. Dandaros, maybe. Level 7 Dark Illusion. 29 3000. Okay. Hecaton Cave monster. Need ISO 2 Hecaton's materials. うちの確率単一動作 First phase once per turn. 相手フィールドのモンスター一体を対象として発する級そのモンスターのコントロール。Okay, tag on master point controls. Take control of it. Straight up. It's not quick. It's ignition, but it's permanent. Okay. Number 2. このカードがモンスターゾーンに存在するべき自分のヘカトン系有モンスター。およびもともとの持ち主が相手である自分のモンスターは、即接攻撃できる。Okay. So continuous effect. Your Heka hand fusion monsters and monsters you control that are owned by the opponent can attack directly. Okay. Could be a little damage. Plus with the first effect. Monster sense. Okay, and the last effect is the illusion can be sort of battle thing. As usual. Trap. Continuous trap. Hackathon. What's this? Hackathon kid. No, the myth is a how, pa, paito. Hackathon kill. I don't know. I don't know exactly the references to, so I'm not sure. But anyways, continuous trap. The first effect, I guess the first one is this, is once per turn. 自分フィールドのヒカトン系モンスターまたはもともとの持ち主が相手であるモンスター一体をリスタートできる。So tribute one Heka hands you control or one monster the opponent control no, one monster the opponent owns that you control. You tribute the cost. 相手フィールドのモンスター一体のコントロールを and you take control of the opponent's monster. It doesn't target though. So that's nice. It doesn't target. And number 2, 自分エンドフェーズに活動する自分フィールドのカード1枚を墓地へ送る。Okay. Trigger in the end phase must be during your end phase. Mandatory trigger. It sends one card from your field to the grid. Okay, so it's like a maintenance cost almost, but it triggers. But yeah. Okay. Interesting, interesting. 3 cards though, damn, like our Killer Tune, Kill Tune, and Eneacraft also gonna get 3 cards. We'll see, I suppose. So yeah, this is you sack something, take control, doesn't target, which is nice. He only needs 2 monsters, so it's another smaller fusion like Joza. This one targets, takes control, and the direct attack thing can help you finish the game, I guess. And this one uses itself plus other stuff from your hand or field to hit hands. And if your fusion goes together with this in the graveyard, you get it back to your hand. Okay. Like I said, I don't know much about the deck, so I don't know how much these help or not, but I mean, they don't seem like bad cards. So yeah. Okay. That's gonna be it for this stream. Yeah, it is. Yeah. I'm gonna go have lunch now and then just chill, and maybe later today I'll work on these. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna stream them, but yeah. So anyway, this was a bit of a experimental stream, I guess, kind of different. But since I'm like working on the database, like I'm translating stuff here and there, I thought I might as well stream it, and it's just gonna be like a chill time kind of deal, stuff like that. Anyway, I'll probably do it again at some point. So yeah, thanks for watching. Yeah, take care, and bye bye. Look forward to these cards later today, I guess, but I can't make any promises as usual. Okay, bye bye.